I created this look using the Nightfall palette by the Makeup Shack. And I'm still shopping my stash. I'm still using the palettes in my collection that I currently have and just revisiting them and creating more looks with them. So if you would like to see how I created this makeup look, then keep watching. So starting out, I'm priming my eyes with my Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer. This is one of my favorite eye primers now, and I am so happy that I purchased this. It makes my colors pop, and it is a very, very good base to have to use before your shadows. So dipping into the Nightfall palette by the Makeup Shack, I'm going to be using this first shade in the palette, and which is called Honey, and I'm just going to add that to my transition. Next in my crease, I'm going to add this shade called Sun, and I'm just going to use that just to blend out the edges of Honey. And then the next shade that I'll be using is this red shade, which is called Fire. Next, I'm going to be using the shade Dusk, which is a satin version of the shade Fire. And I'm just going to add that to my crease as well as bring it down to my outer V as well. And now I'm going to go in with the shade Afterglow, and I'm going to add that all over my lid, and I'm also going to use it to help me carve out my crease as well. So for my liquid liner, I'm using my Wet n Wild liquid liner and just lining my eyes. For primer, I'm using my Milk Hydro Grip Primer. And for foundation, I'm using my Fenty Beauty Foundation. And for concealer, I'm using my Milk Makeup Concealer in the shade Caramel. I'm going to set with my Mercier Translucent setting powder. And to set the rest of my face, I'll be using my Mercier Medium Deep Setting Powder. And dipping back into the Nightfall palette, I'm going to take the shade Fire, and I'm just going to add that to my lower lash line. And to bronze, I'm using my Fenty Beauty Coco Naughty Bronzer. And I'm going to use it to also contour my nose as well as bronze my cheeks. And for blush, I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Cocktail Party blush. I'm going to try to stay into the first shade, which is like a brown, but it applies to your cheek as pink. And when you use this blush, you do sometimes get a little bit of that orange in there, so it's a nice combination. I'm going to set my face with my Anastasia Dewy Set Setting Spray. And for highlighter, I'm using my Gerard Cosmetics highlighter in the shade Lucy. I'm going to line my lips with my Urban Decay liner in the shade Alkaline. It gives off a nice plummy purple hue to my lips. And I'm using the Crayon Case Liquid Lip in the shade Bear. So this wasn't giving me the vibe that I wanted for my lip. So I decided to go in with a lighter shade, and this is also by the Crayon Case, and it is in the shade Marie. And I just added that to the center of my lips, and I just blended it out. And that is the final look. I hope that you have enjoyed. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel, and be sure to click that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I upload videos, and I'll see you in the next one.